Hello, we hope you're doing well. Welcome back to a very exciting episode of CSGO News. I do want to warn you guys, at the point of me recording this, there are no updates for Faceit drops or stickers as of right now. So if there are any during the recording of this video, that will be towards the end of the video. So if we do get stickers plus another drop, I'll touch on that in the back half of today's episode. But as always, hope you guys all enjoy. Let's hop into the first big change out there, which actually are major changes for all future majors after London. It's going to be a much welcome change, in my own opinion, out there for all of you guys who have not seen these rules. I'll link them down below in the latest CSGO blog. There are updates to legendary stage of the major and what teams can actually be there for other majors. So going forward, guys, previously it was, of course, you have those top 16 teams in the legendary stage. Those first place 8 teams get legendary spots in the next major, and those last place 8 teams, but still in the top 16. But in that top 16, those last 8 place teams actually get automatic bids for the challenger stage in the next major, which is a part of the major qualifier. Now going forward, that 15th and 16th place spots, the 2 teams in the legendary stage who go 0-3, and to give you guys a little bit of reference, if it was actually intact last major, it'd be North and Virtus.pro, who both went 0-3 during the legendary stage of the actual major itself. Those teams have to now requalify through the minor stages. Now, it's unconfirmed right now if those teams, so let's say for instance North and Virtus.pro, they both go 15th and 16th place overall, they have to requalify to the minors. It's not really clear if they get automatic bids to the minors or they actually go through the minor qualifiers to get to the minors, the entire process all over again. But it's great because those 15th and 16th place spots will now go to third place teams. And what I mean by this is a new rule in place is now third place teams from each region. There's going to be, of course, 4 regions, guys: NA, EU, CIS, and Asian. All 4 third place teams will compete for those last 2 spots, and that will be the spots reserved for those 2 teams. So it's a great thing, I think, going forward. I think a lot of us would have loved to see the bottom 4 or bottom 6 teams not get guaranteed spots to next major. That way we pretty much guarantee that there's going to be some pretty solid teams at the next major. This system still allows for teams like QBF or maybe other teams out there, maybe a Gambit or Virtus.pro, to slip through if they do win just 1 game in the legendary stage. But still, put in place is a great thing because making it to the top 16 in itself is a pretty big feat. So a great update going forward, guys, to the majors. And now 15th and 16th place have to actually be earned, which I definitely agree with, and that's a really cool change. Also on top of that, though, in other huge news out there, we actually have rumors as well as tweets from Nadeshot himself. You guys know the background history of 100 Thieves and Nadeshot. When they first came into the CSGO scene, their team was not well liked. It was, of course, all the Brazilian players, including KNG, and the team pretty much entered the CSGO scene. Within a few months, they left the CSGO scene. If you guys don't know the background story, I'm sure you can Google it or search it on YouTube. Pretty much one of the few teams out there who came together as a really hyped up team. Almost a mockery, though, because they left the CSGO scene before the major, and then we had the whole discontinued sticker capsule thing and that whole thing. So 100 Thieves, though, apparently according to Nadeshot on Twitter, they have a team scouted out for the future, if that's what he meant by his wording. So could they return to CSGO? They possibly could. The even bigger question, though, before the next major is who they would pick up. Of course, there's plenty of teams out there, plenty of players. Would they go French scene? Would they go North American? Would they go back to what they maybe know best? I don't even know if they know anything best right now. Of course, the Brazilian scene, we have FNX, we have Bit on the bench of the now Temcomo former roster, and then we have the former now Temcomo team still playing together as Team No Tag. Who are they going to go for? That's a huge question, but 100 Thieves could be coming back into CSGO, and I'm honestly pretty excited about this. I think Nadeshot's done a great job. Of course, I think it's most notable, and it's very obvious he's done a great job with 100 Thieves. Not only their merchandise is stellar, it's amazing the way they run that, but of course their League of Legends team as well, and the way he runs those teams and that organization in general, he's a big part of that. If it actually comes into CSGO and he actually makes a dent, I would love to see who he grabs and what he can actually cultivate in the CSGO scene. And also in big news, something I've wanted to talk about for I've wanted to talk about this for so long in the channel. It's a new CSGO system. I want to firstly clarify, I am not sponsored, guys. I will never take a sponsorship from this website at all. They offered me a long time ago. I was very curious, but they just didn't offer enough and it wasn't viable for me. But it's very ironic because I have actually been on Twitter every single day within seconds, I don't know how, of all these teams announcing their partnership with Epics.gg. If you guys don't know, TLDR, it's virtual trading cards for all your favorite CSGO players. I think eventually they want to branch out into other esports as well, but like Mouse Sports, Optic, G2, I think MIBR, all the big organizations out there have announced their sponsorships with them, their alignment with this new app. I've actually had the app ever since it did launch. I've been collecting packs myself, and I do want to say it's very cool. I think it's definitely worth noting. I'm not going to link it down below. You guys can easily find it in the App Store, and I'm definitely going to use it in the future to open these cards, but my main overall issue with this, and it definitely is this pretty much just virtual trading of CSGO cards. It's like CSGO skins, but in the virtual on your phone form, and I honestly cannot see the value in it. I would love to see the comments down below. Again, you guys know I can't reply to every comment, but I definitely read all of them. What do you guys think about this? Can these actually hold value? value. I had to tweet about this. I deleted the tweet afterwards. My initial thoughts honestly were, wow, I honestly think VGO has a better chance of holding and retaining skin value or actual value than these virtual trading cards. There's really no use to them. I mean, just like if you guys are aware of memorabilia, sports memorabilia in real life, you know, real life sports cards that I used to collect of basketball, baseball, football, they went to crap. There's no value in the things you can even hold, so I really can't see a virtual item even holding value. And again, it's nothing like a CSGO skin in my opinion. You can't play with these cards. You can just look at them on your phone. I don't know. It's a weird thing, but best of luck to them, guys. They are announcing partnerships like crazy with all the big organizations out there. I will not take their sponsorship, but I thought it's kind of a cool thing to share with all of you. And also, of course, going on right now, I think you guys did enjoy me going over some brief results and what I think about that. I just want to briefly talk about DreamHack Stockholm, and I mean very briefly, there was one matchup that I'm very excited about, the future of Ghost Gaming. Now, we've seen him at a few premier tournaments over the past few months, but Steel led those guys to a victory over Navi this morning, and although they were actually later knocked out of their group, or at least they're on the ropes of being so as we speak, unfortunately enough, but it's really cool to see a team like that come up out of nowhere. They will be an upcoming season of ESL Pro League 2, but just the fact they actually took down Navi, although it wasn't a map that Navi has not won yet this year on Dust 2, which I don't want to take away from this victory. It's just very cool to see this team come together, and I hope they can do so in the future as well. They took a map in a best of one off Navi, arguably number 2 team in the world, which is really cool to see a come-up North American team actually have the chance to do that. It reminds me of like Big at ESL Cologne, obviously not anywhere near to that measure, but I'm very excited for those guys. And as we speak and as you watch this video as well, this DreamHack Stockholm is going on. A lot of great upsets coming out of these groups as well, and group stages should finish up today or tomorrow, so hope you guys watch that. Some big things coming. Also in big news as well, we actually have ESL's Counter-Strike account. If you guys did follow that, unfortunately enough for the Madden Jacksonville shooting where 2 people lost their lives, at least 11 others were injured, it was actually ESL's Counter-Strike account, which has been confirmed, guys. It was hacked. It responded to the tweet with a kill sound effect, very, very inappropriate. We can confirm to you guys now, as of a couple days ago, they've actually posted several strings of evidence, and I don't think they're going to be lying about this. They've gone so extensively into it. Their Counter-Strike account was actually accessed away from the company employees, so very, very tough to see that, but they were hacked. They were not trying to make a cruel joke. And also, very lastly for CSGO news, guys, we actually have first off XMS announcing his retirement from CSGO. It's official, and if I'm going to link his TLDR down below, if you guys want to translate it, it was in French, but you can get the rough gist of it if you do Google Translate. It was actually very rough to see towards the end of the post. He also goes on to say that the current French scene, these are kind of kind of had a huge impact on me. These words are powerful. He said the current French scene is playing for money. They're not playing for wins. They're not playing for the actual, the drive to actually win the game, which I thought really hit home. If you really think about, of course, the past year with these French rosters going back and forth. Now, who knows how true that is? This guy's been bouncing back and forth between LDLC and other French rosters, and he's definitely struggled in the scene, but he's still a very young guy, and I wish him the best of luck going forward. But those words definitely rung in my ears for a while. He did say that other French players out there are playing for the money and seemingly not for the wins and not for the glory of what it's really meant to be. So XMS is now officially retired from CSGO and apparently will not be returning. Who else will not be returning, though, apparently for at least a short amount of time, is actually Dignitas. Now, Dignitas, I don't think it's to anyone's surprise out there, but I didn't really realize the downfall of this team over the past few months. If you guys remember the former North roster, when they won, they went to Dignitas for a few events there. I think Epicenter was one of them. This was actually back in late 2016, I believe. Gosh, time really does fly. That team was definitely the best roster Dignitas has ever seen for them. Once that team left and that team eventually became North and then eventually became Optic Gaming, or at least part of that roster did, the team really did fall apart. If you guys have been watching these guys ever since this newest roster was apart early 2018, I'll show you guys the results. Just a bunch of $0 coming in. It's really no surprise to see, but I do want to clarify as well that the current Dignitas team that just was released as of this article, they're a completely brand new team than what we saw in Mountain Dew League a few months ago. This is actually a team who went 15-1 throughout group play of Mountain Dew League. They did really, really well in North American Mountain Dew League. Unfortunately enough, that roster went under changes. They actually placed 5th in playoffs, and they couldn't actually get that Pro League spot. Actually, there was no Pro League spot, but still a 5th place placement after going 15-1. They're kind of an iffy roster. They make changes here and there. I think they've changed out 3 or 4 guys now. The only standing player in that roster who actually made that 15-1 Mountain Dew League run was actually Mitch. I think Mitch is formerly of Selfless Gaming. So the entire roster that was just released by Dignitas Dignitas is a completely new roster than what we saw had a potential in the past. So Dignitas released their entire CSGO roster. On top of that, though, I guess in some really cool news, Brax has now followed Team Dignitas on Twitter. What does that mean for the future Dignitas? Will they actually get back into CSGO? Will they sign a powerful roster? Who knows? It's North America. Of course, I finished the video today, and Valve does me the favor. The one day that I had a video done, didn't need the sticker release. They of course have to do it. You guys can see the video is currently rendering. So here is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this in the back half of the video like I told you guys I would, and here are some sneak peeks on the screen of the stickers. The stickers are now officially out for the Faceit Major. Now, first impressions, very first impressions. Haven't seen them on weapons, haven't inspected a single one. They look cool, they look different, they're unique, but they're also exactly what we expected. My main problem right now is the solid background, the black background on the stickers. In my own opinion, again, haven't seen them on weapons so far. I cannot see them looking tremendous or really good. And I'm going to have a full video for you guys. I don't know why I'm doing this. Hopefully by Friday. I'll give you guys sneak peeks of my favorite stickers, that kind of stuff. Maybe I'll do my pick'ems. I'll have a video for you guys. I'm busy tonight and tomorrow night, but I will find some time. Thank you guys for watching. Stickers are out. Go buy them. Don't buy too many though, because Valve makes way too much money off them. And that's going to do it. I hope you guys all enjoyed today's CSGO news. And also a quick announcement, guys. I will be gone all weekend. I'm going back home for the first time in about two and a half months. I'm actually going to see my family for the weekend. So thank you guys who understand. I do have a pre-recorded episode, hopefully 2. I think I have a pre-recorded video out for you guys, and maybe a podcast as well. So don't worry, I'll see you back here probably Monday or Tuesday next week with some more CSGO news. Thank you all for the great feedback. I know it's been a rough past few days for the CSGO as well as the esports scene in terms of tragedy out there, but I hope you guys all enjoy. I will see you all then, and enjoy the weekend and the pre-recorded episodes. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.